Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at this one, which is Tripowin and ODB, if I'm saying that right, or ODB or something like that. He's a reviewer from Korea, and I don't know, I'm not up on the Korean review scene or scenes other than like my area in Canada and some of the ones from the Philippines and stuff. Anyway, this is a 10mm titanium coated PET dynamic driver. Another 10mm. There are so many 10mm out there. Let's look at the specs on this one. We have, like I said, 10mm driver. Material, titanium. Rated impedance, 18 ohms. The rated power, 5 milliwatts. And the max power, 10 milliwatts. Sensitivity is 106 decibels. Frequency response is 10 to 28 kilohertz. It is a 0.78 millimeter 2-pin connector, and the cable material is monocrystalline copper. So now that we got that out of the way, obviously these are absolutely bloody gorgeous looking. This glossy black medical grade resin, these wonderful mirrored silverish looking face plates, unique. Little nozzle, as you can see. I'll put it up against the white background. Little nozzles, so I don't know if that's going to be a problem. Some kind of black cloth filter there. See if I can actually get this back on. It's one of those nozzles with the little lip, so it's not the easiest thing to get a tip on, but anyway, we did it. Cable wise, very nice cable. It's robust. Look at that connector right there, 3.5 millimeter. Rubberized, braided material, very sturdy, very solid. I like it personally. I really love the look of these. Honestly, I actually do. No case. It does come with a bunch of different tips that look similar, but I think that they're different shape-wise, but they do look all the same. Same type of like smoke gray material. So just going to put them over here like this. I want them to be showing, but they want to go in their own direction because of that rubberized cable. Maybe I'll just hold them for now. We've done the specs. So sound-wise, very nice sounding. It's got a nice blend of detail, not the most detailed, but it's got a nice blend of some nice details, especially in the treble and the bass region. Very nice, well-controlled bass. I think that it is extremely coherent sounding. Musicality is decent. It's got kind of a balanced kind of tuning. Thinking about the bass. The bass on this one, very nice kind of bass response. I think that the sub bass, super controlled, more prominent than the mid bass, but the mid bass is fast. Both of them have a nice kind of fast hit, and then they go off. It doesn't really add much to the mids, although the mids aren't, overly thin. They're done well. I think that very good response from the bass with depth and the nice wide sounding bass that it has. So very fast attack. It's got nice depth. Sub bass has nice rumble. There's decent impact there. It's not the most impactful. This is not a bass head IM. Super comfortable. Good isolation, by the way. Like I said, those short nozzles are the only con, and it didn't come with the case either. Or at least the pouch would have been good. Comes with plenty of tips. There's a whole bag of tips in there, and they basically just like this tip right here. Only I think one is a little bit more flatter and the one is more domed. I think that mid bass has good energy. There's a slight kind of warmth that gets pushed into the mid range. But for the most part, the mid-range sounds very, very good. There's nice richness there. I think there's good separation and note weight with the instruments. honestly, I can't think of anything bad to say about the thing. The vocals, there is somewhat of a little recession there, given the the overall tuning. I don't think it's very noticeable when it comes to vocals. I feel male vocals sound really, really, really good. Female vocals sound not as energetic as they should be, but they do still sound good, and I think that they're placed very good forward, kind of forward centered, and they definitely have like a really, really natural tone to them. So that's very, very good. I think overall this is just really natural sounding. And moving on into the treble, I think that the treble on this one is almost neutral in its presentation. It has very good details, very good extension. I don't think that it overly extends. It's more toward a kind of pleasant extension. So I don't find it overly bright, and I don't find it overly just too shouty in general. I just think that it was done very, very tasteful, and you still get enough air and everything in that. Now, getting into soundstage, I think that the soundstage has decent width overall. It seems nice and wide. It doesn't have as much height and depth, but it handles tracks very, very well. I think it handles gaming extremely well. There's good accuracy and just the placement overall. It's pinpoint, and you can hear footsteps if you're playing first-person shooters like BioShock. I was playing that, and I could hear the Big Daddy way off in the distance with the girl talking to him, and you could hear them coming closer and closer. Very good, very precise. I could pick where they were. Fortnite, Modern Warfare I was playing. And then we get into the atmospherical games like Dark Souls, Zelda, where you hear the birds off in the distance and creatures walking around and stuff like that. What's another good one for that? Dragon's Dogma we tried. The first one. I love that game. And that and Dark Souls, my two favorite games. Yeah, so it did very well for that, as well as movies and stuff like that. It sounded decent on these. Overall, very nice sounding. In a nutshell with these, I think that this is another one that has come out that has very similar tuning, slightly different than the three ones that I just picked to review this month. And those are like really good. They're all budget. They're all under 30. Maybe, I don't know. I think the Caffeine might be under 40. I'm not sure. But they're all very similar tunings with slight differences and slight strengths and slight weaknesses and completely different shells, obviously. Then this is different, way different looking from the Aga sound. I think this one is absolutely gorgeous. I think the build quality is really good. And of course, it's lightweight as well. I think it has very similar tuning to the other two, but I think that it does its own thing well, and I think this is just really superb quality bass here, where it's not super strong, but it's not missing a lot of things either. So it does a good job. It's a very good, well-rounded. I am with good musicality, decent overall, just an enjoyable kind of sound, with very nice balance and decent details, decent soundstage, and just overall, just the mids and the bass just sound really, really good. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.